Tuesday, July 16th, 2024. And I'm going to agree with Joy Behar that the selection of J.D. Vance as Trump's running mate is kind of a gift to the Democrats. Um, he is kind of the face of Project 2025, so it makes it harder for Trump to distance himself from it. And we don't really need to keep talking about Project 2025 because we can talk about Trump's, I don't know if I think he calls it Vision 47 on his website, which is basically a cut and paste job of Project 2025. So we can just refer to his campaign platform and his website. Um, if we don't think selling Project 2025 is going to be a winning strategy, um, because there's so many Trump supporters who are like, oh, I already said he's not going to follow that. Well, okay, but his website says the same thing. Um, and his stance on reproductive rights is so out of touch. He's not bringing in one additional vote for Trump. I think his biggest qualifications for the job are he'll kiss Trump's ass and say yes to anything. He's shorter than Trump, so Trump looks like the big guy, and he'll help steal an election if need be. And to me, that's as much of a concern to me in November as anything else. Is the if it isn't like a clear, decisive win for Biden, it's going to be chaos. I think it's going to be chaos either way. But if the votes are too close in too many states, it's gonna all of that chaos that Trump will bring to the process will sow doubt in people because people are clearly susceptible to the the doubt and the worry. This whole thing about Biden not running and taking him out of the race, and um, you know, it's already died down. I would like that rhetoric to stop. I know Nancy Pelosi already signaled she's like, we should be talking about this behind closed doors, not in public. And so if she is actually working behind the scenes to try to make that happen, I hope that she's finding she's getting less and less support. It feels like now that we've come a couple weeks away from that and all that frenzy and everybody's pearl clutching, and he had an opportunity to be on TV several times to look very presidential, um, it, concerned about safety, talking about taking down the temperature of the rhetoric, um, like he's had an opportunity because of that shooting, um, to actually demonstrate more presidential capability, which I think is helping to sort of quell that fervor that was going on. It doesn't mean the sentiment has changed all that much. I think people are just like are just we're disappointed. um, but the only thing that makes Biden a harder sell is other Democrats saying he's a hard sell. Shut up. Anyway, so yeah, so Vance, I don't think moves the needle in the election at all in any way. Um, but he is a scarier prospect as the number two. And if you want to talk about experience, who's going to be ready? They're both old candidates. They go at either time. Um, do you really want some 20, 30, what is he, 39, 38-year old political newbie who has no relation to the Hill whatsoever? He's been senator for what, 2 years? Um, Part of that job is legislating, but I know they don't really care about that because they have no intention of legislating. They're just going to run roughshod over the entire democratic process, which I think are allowed to say without it turning up the temperature. Uh, anyway, and this whole idea that Trump is somehow going to have a toned down message. I don't know what he's going to say on Thursday, but his first speech must be a humdinger, because there's no way he's turning down the rhetoric. They were last night on the RNC floor chanting "fight, fight, 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 fight." Is that turning down the rhetoric? I don't think so. Um, and like, why aren't we calling out the fact that he was falling asleep? He was like nodding off in his little box, overlording the arena. Um, and there were several pictures of him. I would like some clearer verification that they are true, that he was golfing and had no bandage on his ear, and his ear was fine. And then he shows up at the RNC with this giant tampon on his head. Like, why haven't we not actually heard anything about what kind of medical treatment he received? What kind of damage was done to his ear? Is his hearing affected? What, like, when, you know, when there was reports that doctors were going to the White House to talk to Biden about policy, it was like, well, what did they talk about? How did they talk about it? When did they talk about it? Does he have Parkinson's? Is he sick? Like, they wanted to know, what's his blood pressure today? Trump apparently gets shot, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's okay. We don't need to know what happened." Don't we? Kind of want to know, what did he get treated for? But no, um, we'll just keep rehashing. You know, Nancy Pelosi was rude to someone in a hallway. Oh Lord. I have said this before. It's going to be a long, long haul until November. Um, but uh, if it um, if it stays as chaotic as it's been the last 2 weeks, I don't know how we're gonna get anybody off the couch to vote. Either that, or it's gonna motivate more people to be like, can we stop this fucking chaos? I can't decide what's better. If it continues with chaos and exhausts people, and they're like, I need this chaos gone. Let's vote for the quiet one. Um, I don't know. I don't know what it's going to take, because I feel like if people haven't made up their mind by now, what the fuck is it going to take to make up their mind? And, screw your Sarah Haynes. I want to wait until the convention. It's like, no, why wait until the convention? He said he's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. Um, and, if you think the best thing to do is replace him with Harris on the ticket, then shut up and just like full-throatedly support the Biden Harris ticket. Because if you don't think he can survive 4 years of the presidency and you want Harris to be the candidate, then you're going to win that. But changing nominees at this point has zero precedent for working, and a ton of precedent for saying we'll get creamed. Um, and it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you keep saying he can't do it, um, you're just sowing more mistrust. So yeah, he's old, but he's doing it. And, go Papa Joe.